Have you ever found yourself thinking something like, "She seems so happy, and in comparison, I just feel behind"? Or, "I know I shouldn't compare myself, but I do. And then I spiral"? If you've ever been there, you're not alone. I used to do it all the time. Smiling on the outside, while secretly criticizing myself on the inside. I'm not good enough. I should be doing better. Why am I always behind? But here's what I eventually realized. Comparing yourself to others doesn't mean you're weak. In fact, it means you're human. Because the impulse to compare? It's not your fault. It's your brain's default setting. And in today's video, we're going to look at that deeply. We'll explore why comparison happens, what purpose it used to serve, and how to gently let go of it without shame or force. And at the very end, I'll invite you to a symbolic graduation from the comparison trap. Stick around, because by the time we get there, I think something inside you might shift. Let's begin. Section 1: Why we compare. It's not your fault. You've probably heard people say, "You compare yourself because you lack confidence. It's about wanting to win. You're playing the status game." But those are surface-level explanations. If we go deeper, the truth is more primal. According to evolutionary psychology, the human brain evolved in tribal groups. And in those groups, your survival depended on understanding where you stood in the social hierarchy. In other words, comparison was once a survival strategy. Apes, for example, seek higher status in the group because it gives them better access to food and mates. Humans? We inherited that same programming. That's why your brain is constantly scanning. Am I doing okay? Where do I rank? Do I still belong? Your mind isn't trying to sabotage you. It's just trying to keep you safe, included, and advantaged. This constant background comparison is part of what neuroscientists call the default mode network. It's like the brain's internal narrator that won't shut up. And here's the kicker. Your sense of self, your ego, is partly built on contrast. I am me, because I'm not you. So no wonder we compare. It's not some personal flaw, it's a biological reflex. And blaming yourself for comparing is a bit like blaming yourself for breathing or feeling hungry. It's just part of being alive. So take a breath. There's nothing wrong with you. Section 2: The gentle way to stop comparing. Now here's the key. We don't stop comparing by force. We stop by becoming aware. Let me explain. The next time you catch yourself thinking, "Ugh, they're doing so well. And me? I'm falling behind." Try this. Just pause. And say to yourself, "Oh, that thought? That's not me. That's my brain running its old survival software." Bring a sense of curiosity, not judgment. You're not doing anything wrong. You just caught your brain being a brain. And here's the cool part. When you observe a thought without identifying with it, the default mode network quiets down. Your mental radio gets softer. Your awareness increases. That's metacognition, the ability to notice your own thinking. And when you see the reflex for what it is, a leftover instinct, it starts to lose its grip. Because instincts? They're shy. When exposed, they tend to retreat. Section 3: My story, real talk. There was a time when I lived in constant comparison. They've figured it out. They're happy. They're ahead. And I wasn't. That mindset created so much unnecessary suffering. But over time, Through self-observation and inner work, something shifted. I began to see those thoughts as just brain noise. Not truth. Not identity. Just echoes of an old operating system. And now, comparison rarely shows up. Not because I fixed it, but because I stopped believing it. Because I saw it for what it was. An outdated script that no longer serves me. Section 4, there's no race. No finish line. There's a common metaphor out there. Life is a marathon. But here's the thing. If life is a race, then where's the finish line? And who decides when we've won? The truth is, there is no universal goal. There's no scoreboard. No timeline. No judge. So what are we even racing for? The feeling that you're behind or not enough comes from a belief that there's some shared destination we're all supposed to reach. But that destination? It doesn't exist. We're all on different paths with different lessons at different speeds. You're not late. You're not lost. You're on your journey. And when you really get that, comparison just doesn't make sense anymore. Because how can you compare one-of-a-kind paths? Section 5, a moment of graduation. So maybe today is a good day to say goodbye. Not with shame or judgment, but with gratitude. Gratitude for the part of you that compared, not to compete, but to survive. Gratitude for the version of you that kept trying, even while feeling behind. Gratitude for your younger self, who thought comparing was the only way to feel worthy. That version of you was never weak. It was strong, beautiful, determined. So now, just maybe, it's time to release that version. Not reject it. Just thank it. And from here on, when comparison shows up, you'll recognize it. And instead of spiraling, you'll smile. You'll whisper, "Thanks, brain. I see what you're doing. But I'm okay now." Closing, say it with me. Let's say it together, just for fun. Wait, all this time, comparing myself was just a survival instinct? And there's no real finish line in life? Then maybe comparison was an illusion all along. Summary slide. Comparison isn't your weakness. It's your brain's wiring. Awareness metacognition is the gentle off switch. You can live by your own pace and values, not someone else's timeline. Life isn't a race. There's no finish line. And comparison? Just an old reflex. It fades when you see it clearly. Thank you for watching. If this resonated with you, take a quiet moment today and honor the journey you're on. You're already enough. And you're doing just fine.